Hello, welcome to our analysis of the poem Glory of the Guns, written by Gunner Mr. Duncan. We hope you will enjoy it. There's no rhyme scheme in this poem. This poem is thus called a free verse. Nevertheless, there can be traces found of crossed rhyme.
We couldn't find any prose, because this is a poem. The protagonists are the allies. The antagonist is not specifically mentioned in this poem, only as enemy. The narrator in this poem is Gunner Mr. Duncan. This text is written in third-person narrative. The setting of this poem is in the Vietnam War, which sounds a bit strange to us, because the poet is writing about the Allies. In the Vietnam War there were no allies, only the USA. Those only were in World War I and World War II. The poet is also writing about trenches, which is a typically World War I thing. And last but not least is Mr. Duncan writing about the victory of the Allies. But the Allies, in this case the USA, lost the Vietnam War, so we actually think that this poem is about World War I, although it was an aside about World War II poems. The context, the place where this poem takes place is most likely Vietnam, as the internet says that it was about the Vietnam War. The poem took thus place between 1955 and 1975. There are quite a few words which can trigger our senses, for example, booming of the guns, representing the sound of guns. Also, the shells whistling all around, representing the sound of bullets flying all around.
We couldn't find the style of this poem. Our poem is also not an imaginary poem, no simile poem, or a tone poem. We think that the author used proper diction. He used the correct words for his context. Our poem thus includes enjambment. There is some alliteration in this poem. Some examples are the, though, and the. There's no assonance in this poem. The poet describes the enemies as if they were waiting for the sun. This is a metaphor, because the enemies are later attacked by the artillery guns, and both the sun and the guns have a glory of their own. The sun has glory in the aspect of giving warmth and light and has its own magnificence, while the glory of the guns lie in the fact that it defeats the enemies and gives victory to the allies. Our conclusion. We thought that this was a well-written poem because it contains a lot of useful phrases that we could use for this project. We also liked the way that Gunner Mr. Duncan wrote his poem. The only thing that we thought could be better was the way Gunner Mr. Duncan rhymed. For example, sun and guns, which does not really rhyme. We thought that it was very annoying. When we first heard about this project, we thought that it would be a bit boring and very hard, but it turned out it wasn't. We agreed that we did not like the poems in general, but after this project we will appreciate poems more. We hope you do too.
This was our analysis of the poem Glory of the Guns. We hope you enjoyed and learned a lot from this.